Welcome to our show. My name is Jonathan Tripp. I'm really glad to have you guys here. Today we are this is our Talk Social News. This is our weekly wrap up where we talk about some of the things that have happened in social in the last week, how maybe it's impacting some of our business, and maybe just kind of a little bit of an outlook of what might be happening and some of the cool things that we see, or maybe some really not cool things to see. Today, I just wanted to go over a couple of the things that we've been talking about this week, and I think it's important. I know this past week, just as a recap, if you haven't been watching some of the shows, you can actually watch them live on our YouTube channel. And the easiest way to get over to that is actually youtube.jonathantripp.com. Please subscribe. It's a great way to be able to, kind of catch up on the week. We do just the broadcast side, and all of the after shows are actually hosted live on firetalk.com. And so if you are ever watching the show, or if you want to watch a live show, you can. We record them Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern time, and over on Fire Talk. All right. So this past week we did talk about a couple of things, and I like the top. I mean, I like the topics. I know I chose them, but right. So maybe that has something to do with why I like them. But I know this past week we talked about customer service and social media, how to handle it. A little bit more about reputation management in ways to bring your good customer service to your clients through the new social media, different social media avenues. How to restore some of the customer confidence, and then to bring it back around to social media as social proof for your business, no matter how big corporate or how small solo entrepreneur you are. The next day we talked about how to make Pinterest useless for your business. Yes, I said useless for your business. Pinterest is a really powerful tool. It's a long game though. A lot of people don't feel that they can use Pinterest for their business because they're not getting results right away. But Pinterest really is a great app. It's a great social it's not really a social platform. I say that, we treat it like a social, but it's really an SEO styled app. It's basically an online magazine that you can go back to, and how to use that in your business. So make sure you go back and check that out. That was a really fun episode. Then on Wednesday, we did kind of almost like a two-part, but the first part we talked about Facebook pixels, the purpose of them, really kind of how to utilize them, and a couple of strategies for the smaller business side. And then on Thursday, we switched over to our series on social for small business, specifically talking about Facebook Live and how Facebook Live is really investing a lot of time why they're doing it, and then a strategy for small business to be able to use those. And then today we're talking about social media news, okay? And one of the big things that I'm really excited about with when it comes to Facebook, get this, right? And you guys, if you listen to me any bit of the time, okay, you guys know I'm not a super big Facebook, everything Facebook. But and I'm looking over at some of the numbers. This week, Facebook announced some of their income goals and everything that they just announced all their income from from Q2, right? So here's the thing, Facebook, their reported income, okay, and because of that, the Facebook sales rose 59% to $6.44 billion. That's 7% above what they were expecting. And because of the increase, such a large increase, not only in just the user base, which is, I think, rose to like 1.7 something billion users, monthly active users, we saw, because of the increase in the users, they're using live video and really pushing a lot of content through that. They changed their algorithm to account for it, to allow for it more in people's feeds, so people were watching that more. Well, that then in turn allows you to keep your user base on the platform. Ad revenue goes up even way more than expected, and your stock, your shares value goes up as well. And it was really a windfall, and this was a big win for Facebook. Now, by contrast, that meant that somebody else usually has to lose, at least in the marketplace, and I think Twitter is really experiencing that. And there was a whole bunch of things that Twitter that I think that they're focusing on, that they need to. Obviously, one of them is staying relevant in the live video market. They're the ones that they bought Periscope. They really championed that broadcaster side through their app, and now they're doing a really good job of integrating live video directly in the app, not necessarily needing a full out a separate app to do it. And that's where I really see they're going, so that the average user within the Twitter app is going to be able to do a lot more of the broadcasting as well as viewing. They've made some other changes, being able to embed your live feed. Your live video feed from Twitter. That's a really great way that they're making Twitter able to be used outside of just the app or the web app. But some of the things that I know that they need to do is they really do need to change and pay attention to why their user base isn't growing, because I think it's causing their ad revenue to slow, and then because it makes the whole platform as a whole just seem like it's really going nowhere. However, I don't really think that if they can overcome that more of a PR issue, I think that's probably one of their number one problem. It's not the fact that it's not a good platform to be on. I still really think it's a great platform to be on. It's very unique. There's really no other microblogging still. There's still really no other effective microblogging website out there. And Twitter has just an amazing reach, and it's a great place for businesses and people and brands to connect. So I think that as they're growing, as they're developing, they are going to be doing some of the change in their approach. Some of the new features they are rolling out, which is being able to it's being able to actually tweet from the app. They're testing out moving some of the buttons around so that you can actually tweet faster. Even Mark Zuckerberg says, look, it's hard to type from your mobile. So their Twitter is I know they already know this, and so they're trying to make it so that their app is able to more easily tweet out from the app and make it more of a on-the-go, relevant, in almost real time social media app, which is something even that Facebook doesn't do. A lot of Snapchat's another one. Now, speaking of Snapchat, they are finally bringing Australia into the modern world. Okay, they're bringing. They've added was it something close to either 30 or 50 new geo filters. Now, why is that really important? It's because Snapchat is really starting to go, hey, there's a market outside of the U.S. And it's right now they're focusing on Australia, and I really think that's a really good move for them. It's a great move in terms of being able to compete and stay relevant when Facebook is putting the juggernaut of Facebook is putting so much effort into their messaging app, into their live stream, into even the Masquerade style app. So where are we seeing things go now? I think what we're seeing is that between Facebook and Twitter and now Snapchat, what we're seeing is that it really is about the user interactivity with the content, whether you're changing your algorithm to account for new feed, whether you're adding new features to make it easier to be able to use actually use your app, or you're bringing in new features and new overlays, geo filters, so that people can feel connected no matter where or when they post. Though I see those three platforms using social media in a way, and I think if small businesses particularly are able to really leverage that same kind of a thinking, how to integrate their content with their users and to be able to reach their potential clients, I think it's going to be a huge win for them. Now, kind of shifting gears, a couple of the things that I wanted to talk about that actually that caught my eye. One, it's a new-ish Android app. Okay, and I'm actually getting my mobile out, and this is a new app, and it's a fairly new app. And what it does, it allows Android users to multitask while watching or listening to their YouTube. Okay, why is this really cool? And here's what it is. Okay, and I'm pulling it up. It's called FlyTube. Okay, and what this allows Android users to do is to be able to play their YouTube videos. Now, you can't turn your phone off. You know, you can't turn it off. You can't turn the screen off. That would be a violation of of YouTube terms of service, and they would shut the whole thing down. But what it does allow you to do is move it to the background so you can continue to listen and or do something else while it's still playing. And that really actually makes it that's kind of a cool thing, because for me, whenever I've had my Android on and I'm watching YouTube, it's like it takes my whole phone hostage, and all I'm trying to do is listen to somebody's live stream podcast or something like that, or trying to watch a video while I'm maybe writing a note or something like that while I'm out. This allows you to do that. Again, it's called FlyTube. I love the innovation where we're seeing this. Now, you can do a lot of those features with RedTube, in terms of being able to shut down, listen to it, and all that kind of thing. But now you don't have to pay for it. Now you don't have to have a RedTube subscription, which maybe that's, I don't know. I love capitalism that way. This Sunday, does anybody know what's happening this Sunday? Sunday. No more Windows 10 notification upgrade for if you're running an older version of Windows. As I understand it, Sunday ends. It's no longer going to be free. I think you're going to have to pay for it. They've been doing this for a long time. Okay. And what I can't wait for I don't, some of my machines run Windows 10. Okay, fine. I'm a PC user. Send the hate mail to Jonathan Tripp. I'm just kidding. Don't send me hate mail on that. But Windows 10, the upgrades are free. Add Sunday. So if you are still tired of clicking the please do not install, just remember you have to make a choice. But if you're tired of them, you won't have to worry about it soon. Okay. Yeah, please send the hate mail over there. Let's see here. Another really kind of cool thing, moving pictures. Have you guys seen a lot of these? And I'm not talking about just simply, they're just not Giphies, okay? They're not just disjointed pictures. They're actually very, very fluid looking images, and I've seen there's been a lot of ads lately pushing this out, and I'm going to talk of it in terms of, one is Instagram, and it's not a new part, but it's their app for Boomerang, and it allows you to take a series of pictures and it just puts it right into a Giphy, and then you can upload it and make it into that way. Okay, that's the Instagram side. That's been out for a while now. Polaroid's Swing app is another version of that same type of thing, and of course, I mean, if you guys don't know what Polaroids are, then you need to get with it. Go Google that, okay? But Polaroid has a Swing app, okay? That's what they're calling it. And what that's allowing you to do is very much that same thing, where it's those taking a series of pictures, and it's kind of like, what do they call it? The company calls it moving moments. And they're in 6-second video loops, okay? But I love the innovation. I love the way that they're taking something we're very familiar with, and kind of making it into something that's that's going to be more shareable. Now, here's the thing, right? Who's behind this? It's Twitter. Twitter is trying to change the way that we're going to be using and implementing our content, sharing our content on a platform. And so Twitter is saying, hey, let's do this as a shorter way to address the bandwidth issue that a lot of people have with live streaming, as well as being able to provide some fresh and kind of fun content. I think it actually is a even more simple way of creating a Vine video, because it's actually not a video though now. So that's Polaroid's Swing app, backed by Twitter. So let's see where that goes. And last but not least, I had a really great time last night. I was on a show last night called Wine Antics with Jen and Stubb, and we were just talking. We were comparing wine and coffee, because you guys know I like coffee. By the way, here's my mugshot. This was given to me by Donna over at Green Earth Travel. I really love this mug. This is a handmade mug. It's one of my favorite things. And today I'm almost already out of coffee, if you can believe that. But I really appreciate that. But here's the thing: we were talking about coffee and wine. Had a really great conversation. And if you're watching us live, make sure that you put just look up Wine Antics on YouTube. You can't miss it. It's absolutely fantastic. So, but one of the things, she hosts the show on Huzzah. And Huzzah yesterday, or earlier this week, midweek, announced a bunch of new features for for their app, for what they're doing. So here's the thing, right? Basically, what it kind of comes down to, and if you're not familiar with what Huzzah is, it is a live stream video multi-broadcaster web app. Okay, it does have a non-paid and paid tier. It integrates a number of other features, things like you're able to tip. It has a live chat feature, and it has a lot of the things that live streamers are looking for. It's more on it has several different paid tiers, and of course you get more features as you go along. But one of the things that they talked about this week is that they're basically they've integrated the follow button, which is a big feature that a lot of other platforms, say like Twitter, Twitter and Periscope, Facebook have, Blab has had, even Fire Talk, where we're hosting this, it has that feature where you can follow certain people. Just here. Oh, well, here's Donna. There's the mug. We'll get right back to Huzzah. There's the mug. I just saw you. Welcome, Donna. I'm so glad that you're here. There's the follow feature, which is a really great step in the social sharing and social connectivity within the Huzzah platform, which is something that they don't really emphasize. Okay, that's not one of the things that they try to do and want to do. But I'm glad to see that they're doing that now. The other thing is that they're implementing some different buttons for the host. A little bit of the creator side is being dashboard is being changed around, and I actually want to get into it and really try to play with it. From what I can, I don't have a paid platform anymore. There we go. Okay, so that's what I'm actually really kind of excited to see how that works. The other really big feature, and I saved this one for last, is they're now allowing a direct to Facebook Live feature, so that you can actually, without any separate encoding software, you can just have your show on Huzzah and then send it right out to your Facebook Live. And we did that last night. A couple of things though: once you hit the start button for Facebook Live, once you start your Huzzah, it goes until you end the Huzzah, until you're on the Huzzah side. It keeps the Facebook live streaming. They are concurrent. You can't stop and start one. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. But I would say go out, play with it, break it, figure out how it works, and make it, and try to do some really cool things. Stephen Healy, who's a member of our show, of our Facebook community, he actually produced, and the easy way to get to that, by the way, he actually produced a short Huzzah video kind of going over, and I think he shared it into Facebook Live. He going over some of these new features, and the way to, if you want to be able to do that and watch that, go over to group.jonathantripp.com. That's just a redirect link to get over into our Facebook community. If you're not already, join that and be there. Oh, and by the way, this is the mug, and thank you, Donna. It's Glenn. Glenn. I can't, for some reason, I can't focus on it, but GlenEcoPottery.com. There we go. Now it's scrolled up and it's fine. So that's, if you guys want to see this and a lot of the other stuff that they do, go over to Glen Eco Pottery. Okay, that's her husband's school. And really cool. So I would just say go on over there. Thanks, Donna, for that. So I think with all of the different features, kind of getting back into Huzzah, we saw a lot of the different features this week. Coming out. I see not so much like big news like product launches or anything like this. I think what I see is a lot of feature refinement, because they've put a lot of effort into developing the technology, and now they're trying to get user integration. So just see, as even Facebook Live I expect to be changing over the next several months. We didn't even talk about Instagram and some of the features that I'm seeing in the business accounts. I want to do actually a special show next week talking about Instagram and some of the new analytics that they're natively incorporating. And I wanted to get about a week's data in, because I just switched over my main account, that now you can, because I want to be able to show and say, hey, this is about a week's worth of data for me. And if you do want to follow me on Instagram, you can follow me over at John Tripp. It's just one of those kind of another cool things. I really enjoy Instagram. It's a great way to connect, and we're seeing a whole bunch of new community members come in to Blab Nation from the Instagram community. So with that, I'm going to say let's sign off here. Again, guys, remember we do this show Monday through Friday. Friday is our wrap up for the whole week, and we kind of bring a little bit of the news and some of the important highlights from the week. If you'd like to stay up to date with our show, please follow me over on jonathantripp.com/better social, and make sure you sign up for our email community. It's a really great way to stay connected and kind of see what's going on. So with that, I'm going to say, guys, I will talk to you later, and have a great week.